say, Joe, the issue is what they do. You can start with the housing crisis, right? And J.D. Vance up there talking about what Wall Street robber barons did and how they hurt the country and caused that housing bubble to burst and people losing their homes and losing their businesses. But there's no connection to Donald Trump's policies because it was Wall Street predatory lending. But what happened when Donald Trump became president? He wanted to wipe out the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. He's all about loving payday lending. Steve Mnuchin, his Treasury Secretary, became supremely wealthy because he profited off that bubble bursting. Yesterday, my flight out here, I took a commercial Delta flight and I sat next to a hedge fund manager named John Paulson, who raised $45 million for Donald Trump back in April. Do you know why he's so rich? Because he shorted subprime. So the issue that blew my mind last night is that J.D. Vance stood on that stage and he could have talked about things that he believes in, like a national abortion ban. He believes in it. That he thinks gutting Medicare and Social Security, that's what we need to do to get back to financial sanity. He's all about Project 2025. He could have talked about those things, but he didn't. He talked about things that were wholly untrue, like how Donald Trump has, what he's done for wages, how he is going to bring jobs back, how Joe Biden is buying energy from other places. Under Joe Biden, we're producing more oil than any president ever. So my head scratcher goes back to what you all were talking about in the last segment with Jeff. How on earth is this rhetoric matching the policies they put forward? It's simply not.
So, Andrew, it's been well discussed, J.D. Vance's transformation from Silicon Valley Wall Street guy to this populist. Give us your analysis of how he's trying to pull it off on this public stage last night, which for much of the country, yeah, maybe they knew him from his book, but this was really their first look at J.D. Vance, the man. What was your read?
Look, my read was to ask more questions than actually have any real answers. I think that especially among the world of folks in business who are following all of this, they're saying to themselves, there is a remarkable disconnect between former President Trump and J.D. Vance's view of the world as it relates to so many of these business issues. And which one is going to ultimately win? Is this window dressing when you hear J.D. Vance talk about, is this a sop effectively to the middle class, which is something that Donald Trump is historically not focused on? In this Bloomberg Business Report this week, Trump says that he's going to take the corporate tax rate down to 15%. That would seem at odds, if you will, from a J.D. Vance view of the world. There has been an expectation that, the regulatory regime, which President Trump has castigated over the years, if you listen to J.D. Vance, he would tell you that, he likes Lina Khan. So which is it? And I think that's a little bit of the question this morning. Which is it? If Donald Trump is the president, is he actually listening to J.D. Vance, or is J.D. Vance window dressing for some of the less comfortable things that Trump may be supporting?
Stephanie, J.D. Vance and Trump both support a weaker American dollar. Can you talk about what a fundamental shift that would be in the American and world economy if they were to weaken the American dollar as the world's currency?
Okay, I'm going to give